Promoting reasoning skills that underlie good physiotherapy diagnosis and objectives establishment was the main purpose of the Petricilius game. Players, however, want to have the best possible match between his or her diagnosis and the one of the case developer. These are the reasons why this section is a central piece of case development, because player's diagnosis is a contribute to ascertain whether he or she has good reasoning skills. As a starting point, for the diagnosis we defined 5 categories related to WCPT physiotherapy diagnosis and ICF classification. These are impairments relating to structure and functions, activities limitation, restrictions of participation, positive contextual factors, and negative contextual factors. As you recall from earlier, the items relate to the different diagnosis categories, and you have different pertinence scores accordingly with the relevance for the physiotherapy diagnosis. This information will impact the result of the game as it's related to partial and global scores. Now you can see here how the calculation of the diagnosis score works. We'll use a spreadsheet to better illustrate the process. Let's start. In the left column, there are 5 diagnosis categories. There are 3 items in impairment and activities limitation and 2 for the remaining. The first item in each category is the most important, therefore weighs the most, and has multiplying factor of 3, the second a factor of 2, and the third, the least important, a factor of 1. These factors appear in the second column. Every item that can be added to the diagnosis was classified by you with the ponderation between 0 and 3 according to its pertinence. The player will select items from the notepad and place them in category of the diagnosis he thinks the items belong, and within that category accordingly to the order of importance. The item must be placed on the right category or it will change pertinence level to 0. Now let's see what happens when you combine the position of an item with the pertinence level. Each item is scored by the developer of the case with ponderation between 0 and 3, as you can see in the third column. 3 points is the highest punctuation and 0 points is the lowest. Let's see an example. In the impairment categories, the first item in order of importance, so the multiplying factor is 3. Because the student chose one item with 2 points of pertinence, his score for this item will be 6 points. Now let's see what happens when the student chooses a 3-point pertinence item. He could have 9 points in the score, and you can see the final score in the final column. Another example, still in the impairments category, at the second item. So the multiplying factor is 2. The student chose one item with 1 point of pertinence, so the score is only 2. The maximum score for this item could be 6, but because the student chose an item with lower punctuation, the final score rate for this item will only be 33.33% of the maximum score. You can see how it works for the remaining categories and view the effect on the total score for diagnosis, that in this case was 51.85%. After the diagnosis, the student must define the goals and he will get points related to the objective score. In this step, the student must choose 1 final goal, which is related to the patient's wish at the end of the rehabilitation, 2 intermediate goals, and 3 initial goals. To do this, the student selects items of diagnosis related to the re-education process. As a case developer, you decide which items of diagnosis are acceptable. For that, you can select a set of acceptable items for each type of objectives. Please click the item scroll list and select an item in the list below. This list represents only the items that you valued with the relevance score higher than 1. In each category, you should select all the items you think that have to be a part of the treatment, so the student can nominate more than one on the list of objectives. The better designers think that, like in real life, there could be more than one approach to help the patient. Consequently, there could be more than one good treatment option. By accepting several sets of objectives, the game emulates this. You have now finished the development of your case. Do you want to test it? Just go to the Test the Case button and get started.